Hello, good evening and welcome to another episode of Crush It with Karen. Today we are going to be talking about Facebook Live and how to use it, how best to use it, why we should be using it, and in particular how I'm using it, because I'm actually creating these relationships with people. I'm getting people contact me on a regular basis asking me what I'm doing, and it's actually boosting my business. So we will be going into that a little bit later on. For those of you who might be new, who don't know me, my name is Karen Richardson. I am 42 years old. I have been an online marketer for just over a year now. I am a mum to two crazy little boys. They're both still at home. Neither of them have started school, although my oldest does start this September, so that would be lovely and probably heartbreaking at the same time for any other mums out there. I'm sure you'll understand. So let's talk about why we do live broadcasting. Now, you know, for me personally, I found it is just a really great way to reach people, to engage with people, to get your message out there. And, sorry, I must admit, I'm going to apologise because I'm really tired. I had a bad night and I was just having a little sleep on the sofa before doing this live. So why do live? I mean, if you are in online marketing at all, you will understand the importance of engaging with people. Obviously, at first it was video to build that trust relationship with people. You know, people, they see you, they tune into you, and you know, they feel that they know you, and that is the importance of it. And live has just brought it to a whole new level. It makes people realise that you are a human being, and that's obvious because I'm already falling over my words. You know, it's not going to be word perfect on a live. You're not going to have that polished aspects that you do with a video. You're not going to be able to edit it. Well, you can afterwards, but not during the actual broadcast like I'm doing now. Ray's just said, Karen, you never disappoint us. Extreme values, no worries. Oh, thanks, Ray. So the reason, you know, you want to be going live, it's just such a great way to connect. It creates an interest in you. The people who resonate with you will follow you. They'll want to know more about you. They'll get in touch with you. And equally, the people who, you know, maybe they can't really, they don't get you, they don't really like you maybe, then, you know, that's absolutely fine as well, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about that attraction marketing, and people, you know, you only really want people to join you who think you're, you know, who like you and think you're a good person. So that's, you know, that is why we do live. And I just want to say, if you actually think that, I'm going to go into a bit more detail as to exactly how to do your lives. And if you think this will be useful to anyone, please do share it on your timeline. And equally, if you like what I'm telling you and it's making a lot of sense, and you'd like to know what else I'm doing, you should find that there is a follow button as well at the bottom. So hit that follow button and then you'll get notifications whenever I'm doing a live broadcast. Okay, so first off, we really need to plan what we're going to say on these broadcasts, and hence why I have my notes here. I've got my bullet points. I don't have a script as such. I just have bullet points of the things I want to touch on, so I don't forget what I'm going to be talking about and when I'm delivering these lives. So you really want to plan, you know, in advance. Have a think about it at least a couple of days in advance. Think about what you want to say, make notes on what you want to say. You might even want to write it out fully first. You know, whatever works best for you. So, you know, just make sure you've got it in your head what you want to talk about. Secondly, what do you say? What do you talk about? Okay, now if you're in, you know, an online marketing business, if you're in a network marketing business, if this is your line, you know, whatever business you're in, to be honest, you don't want to talk about your business, okay? You want to give value. You want to talk about things that people want to know about, things that maybe you've learned in whatever it is you're doing, that you found really great, and you want to pass it on to other people, a bit like what I'm doing here with this live broadcast. I'm obviously giving you, you know, what I've found has worked for me. I'm going to be passing that on to you. And you want to think about what you're doing. You know, you've probably got notebooks. You know, if you're in network marketing and you've been to all the trainings and you've got notebooks of some great stuff that you could talk about, use that. If you find something that's just working, it's bringing in leads for you, use that. You know, we've got to be in this situation where we are sharing information. There isn't really, you know, when you're doing this, you're personally branding yourself. And when you do that, there's no real competition. I mean, yes, you're going to, you know, there are going to be people in the same opportunity as you, in lots and lots of different opportunities as you. There are so many opportunities out there. The only thing that is going to make you stand out is being you. Okay, people are going to want to either join your team or someone else's team, but at the end of the day, the only way you can really differentiate between all these different opportunities that are available to people is by putting yourself out there and putting your, you know, your authentic self out there, so people can think, you know, I like her. I want to find out more about what she's doing, and that is the reason why, you know, we do this basically. And also, you know, by giving value all the time, people are going to find, yep, she's great, she's given me all this great information, I want to know more, I want to follow her. You know, it might even be that they just want to find out what I'm going to talk about, if it's good value, not necessarily to even join my team, but whatever it is, you know, you've just got to put out value. Don't talk about your business. You want to create a curiosity, okay? You want people to wonder what you're doing. You want people to ask you those questions. So, you know, keep it, also when you keep it generic, people are more likely to share it as well. So when they share your lives, you know, as long as it's generic, you're not mentioning any company names, it's more likely they're going to pass it on if they found it useful. Okay, so that covers what the sort of things you should be talking about on a live. Now, when you come to doing a session, there are two things, technical things, that you really want to consider when you're doing it, and that is lighting and the other is sound. These are the two main things that make good video. You know, usually most people do this on a smartphone, and most people have a smartphone these days. Obviously, this is what I'm doing it on here. And I'm just going to show you very quickly, so I'm just going to take my phone out a second, just how basic my setup is. But the fact is, I'm just going to turn my camera around. Okay, so you can see, if I just pull back, I've got, this is just my little mobile phone holder, so I can be hands-free because it just clips onto my desk there. And up here, again, this lamp, it's a little ring lamp, LED. I think that cost me about £4. So it's very, very basic, but I'm just going to pop you back in here. But it's all I need to give me a good picture. I'm going to turn the camera back around. There you go. And I'm back again. So I wanted to touch on that because obviously I do have light behind me, and if I didn't have a light in front of me, I'd be cast in shadow. And it's not very interesting talking to a shadow. So, you know, these things are important. And if you decide to shoot outside, if it's a windy day, you might want to think about wearing a lapel mic or a lavalier. Yeah, it's one of those words I always fall over. A lavalier mic. Oh God. Anyway, or your headset. So yeah. Anyway, we won't go there. But yeah, on a windy day, if you are outside, thank you for the hearts. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate all of those hearts. Okay, now the thing I just did. These are the things you should do on a live. So. Oh, actually, I'm just looking at my notes. I did miss one. When you're going to go live, you want to make sure that description that you have above your Facebook Live goes like your status. You want to make it compelling. You want to make people want to watch your live. Okay, so you might want to leave a little cliffhanger. You want to say, find out what I'm doing to create this momentum in my business, or you know, just something that's going to make people want to tune in. Okay, so you know, don't just have something like, oh, this is, you know, what I ate for tea, or but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you want a really compelling heading that's going to make people think, I want to watch this, I need to watch this. Okay, so that's the first thing you do before you go live. Secondly, I want to talk to you about engagement. Now, obviously, I've had people hopping on this all the way through, but the best thing to do is actually just, you say your hellos at the beginning, you take a break in the middle, you do a bit of engagement then. It is so important to engage with people. People love hearing their names being spoken. So it's really important to engage, but you don't want to be like, so I've got this really great thing to talk to you about. Oh, hey, great to have you here, And, oh, yeah, that thing I was going to tell you about. Yeah, I was going to do it. Oh, hi, look, who's just turned up. You don't want that, okay? Just be a little bit disciplined and just make sure you do it kind of once at the beginning, once in the middle, and then at the end you can kind of carry on for as much as you like, really. If you want to have a Q&A at the end, that's a really great idea to engage with people. So yeah, just watch the engagement and just plan that you are going to do it maybe a couple of scheduled times throughout your broadcast. And the other really important thing, and this is really, really important, and it's so easy to overlook when you get into the flow of what you're doing, it's your calls to action. Okay, for every like you get on your live, for every comment you get on your live, and obviously sharing is fantastic, it shows up in that person's friends' news feeds as well. So you get far more engagement. So you really want to encourage, and thank you for all those likes and hearts. I really do appreciate that. So do encourage people to participate in your live. Say, please, if you agree with what I'm saying, give me a like, send me some hearts. Tell me where you're from. This encourages people to comment. Let me know your opinion. What do you think? This will again engage people, get them to comment, and it might get a bit of a discussion going, which would be fantastic to really, get that engagement out there so your live broadcasts are spread far and wide. I actually did a very brief broadcast on Saturday, and it was just because it was a special anniversary for me that I'd actually been out of the 9 to 5 for a whole year. And I think it was only about 6 minutes long. It was kind of informal. And I actually had 4 people contact me after that live asking me what it was I was doing. Now, this is the power of it. It really reaches out to people. And I think 2 of those people I wasn't even friends with. They'd just come out of the blue and they'd probably seen my live broadcast on somebody else's timeline. Fantastic. This is how we get great engagement. And at the moment, it's free, okay? I'm sure, I don't know how long it's going to be this good. I don't know how long. It's the best organic reach you are going to get on Facebook. And we don't know how long that's going to last. So you've really got to jump on this now and make the most of it. And also, you may have noticed at the beginning, I asked, I did mention that if you found this of use, if you think, you're going to find value in my teachings in live in the future, there's also a follow button at the bottom. So, ask people to follow you as well. And that's quite an important call to action. And in terms of call to actions, another really good one is, if you've got a lead magnet, I recommend just getting a domain name that just literally directs people to that lead magnet. So you can say, hey, I've got this great product, go over to suchandsuch.com. And, you can get your freebie or whatever. And it's just a great way of promoting your lead magnet, getting people to sign up to a list, which as online marketers, we all know that is very important. So you can carry on building that relationship kind of offline as well as, within the social media sphere as well. Now, in terms of how often should you broadcast, I'm at the moment, I'm working with one scheduled broadcast, which is my Tuesday night one, which is the one you're on at the moment. That's the one I really want to pack full of value. That's the one I'm really trying to give you as much great information as possible. Why is it scheduled? Because I can promote it. Okay, you can use all your social media, you can put all your, you can put it up on LinkedIn, Twitter, you can tell people on your list, if you've got an email list, you can email them, come and join me on my live broadcast. You can tell them when it is and you can tell them what it's about and they will come and join you. That is the importance of scheduling at least one broadcast a week. And I wouldn't recommend, I mean, this is kind of a slightly more formal setting, you know, I've got a plan of what I want to talk to you about. But it also, people love to see behind the scenes. They like to see a bit of the informal you know, maybe you enjoying yourself with your kids, or, you know, if your dog's doing something funny. Those are really great opportunities to invite people into your world a little bit more, so they get to know you better and they feel a deeper relationship with you. So, you know, as much as these value ones are amazing, you know, people like to be entertained, they want to get to know you better. So, you know, to do 2 or 3 more ad hoc Facebook Lives just whenever, you know, the mood takes you and you just want to hop on like I did on Saturday, that's also another really great thing to do. And this is a good one. You know, with video on Facebook, people usually recommend you keep videos to less than 3 minutes because people will not engage for longer than that for video. With live, scratch that completely. You want your lives to be at least 10 minutes, okay? So, I mean, you can do a live broadcast for up to an hour and a half, and I'm not suggesting you do that, but, you know, if you can push it over that 10-minute mark, the reason Facebook suggests, and this is actually in the Facebook guidelines, and the reason they suggest that is because the longer you are on a broadcast, the more people are going to hop on, you know, you're going to get more engagement. People are also going to leave, but you're going to get new people join the conversation. And as we know, people actually do love getting involved and, you know, joining in. And I know when people comment afterwards, I think they're a little bit disappointed that they've missed the live. So, you know, try and, you know, probably 15, 20 minutes if you can is amazing. So, you know, try and do at least 10 minutes. Now then, I actually do have a structure that I follow with my live broadcasts, and I'm actually adding that to my opt-in at crushitwithkaren.com. If you go to crushitwithkaren.com, I will give you the exact structure of the broadcast that I use and why I do what I do. And it's actually 2 A4 pages. You can download it, and I will run through it very quickly. But I mean, a lot of it is based around getting engagement. A lot of it is based around, you know, keeping the broadcast going, and the things you can talk about to keep it going and how often to engage. I mean, a very basic one is, and I remember being taught this a very long time ago, for presentation giving, you know, tell them what you're going to tell them, then tell them what you told them. So it's that kind of, you know, give a few bullet points, go into detail, and then do a summary at the end. I mean, that is just a small part of it. So just to recap, which is what I've just told you we should do. So we need to plan it, okay? We need to think about what we're going to say. We need to make sure our light and sound is good. We need to make sure that we're delivering value, and value actually, you know, it doesn't always have to be something educational, although I mean educational stuff is really good. It could be something inspiring, and quite often people's stories, you know, through struggle, people relate to that, and people find that really inspiring. So it's a really great way to start with live if you're not sure where to start. Perhaps if you've got, you know, you've managed to overcome a struggle even in your personal life. Okay, it's a good way to start, and you know your story, you're not going to fall over your words, and it really helps people to resonate with you. Your description, make sure it's compelling, make sure people want to tune in. During the live, you want to engage, but not too much. So, you know, keep it structured, and maybe do it 2, 3 or 4, you know, depending on how long your live is. Just keep that engagement, but yeah, don't get distracted by it, basically. Calls to action. Okay, so please like, share, follow, you know, comment on my live. Those are your calls to action. And if you have a lead magnet, you know, send them over to your lead magnet. My lead magnet today is how to structure a live broadcast. I've given quite a lot of detail about how to you know, do that. So it's well worth going over. That's at crushitwithkaren.com. Make sure it's more than 10 minutes. and yeah, you know, do at least one formal one and maybe one or two others in the week that are just a bit of fun, or, you know, letting people into your personal life a little bit so they get to know you even better. Okay, so that's it from me. Have a great night, afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Fantastic. Thank you for coming, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care. Bye.